Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
24, I received an anonymous complaint letter coursed through the hotline 8888 and
Tama na yung hagupit na naranasan ito ng mga nagdaang buwan.
Welcome back sa aking YouTube channel. Para sa mga first time lang po na manood, please click mo na yung Jeremy's TV Manila. Anyway guys, wala na pong bayad to, libre lang. Tulong mo na lang din sa kapwa mo. Alright? Thank you very much po. So gumamit muna tayo ng mic guys, di ba? Binigay ito ng kapatid ko na galing sa Qatar. So, thank you bro, Alvin. So yun na guys. Topic natin ngayon for today's video, Yan Ibay. Binanatan muli at pilit. Pinababagsak guys. Di ba? Inakusaan na nagmamanipulate daw siya sa politika. Pero bago yan guys, siyempre wag natin munang kalimutan na i-shout out ang lahat ng mga Iskonians forever. Dalangin ko po nasa mabuti kayong kalagayan at sa lahat ng mga Iskonians forever, mabuhay po kayong lahat. At blah blah blah. Oh, medyo malayo to guys. So yun na nga guys, itong si Yan Ibay, kung maalala nyo, di ba? Nung pagkampi niya kay Yorme, tumiwalag siya majority. Sumama sa minority dahil nga nagpahayag siya ng suporta kay Yorme. So simula nun, di ba, pinag-initan na siya. Tinanggal sa kanya yung committee niya na which is hindi naman tama at inilaban niya na nagkamali ang Team Lacuna. Pero yun na nga guys, dahil itong batang to talagang nakakabilib talaga. Ako talagang saludo ako dito kay Yan Ibay. Dahil napakatalino niya. Dito sa video na ipapakita natin, i-explain niya kung ano nga bang nangyari. Kung bakit siya inaakusaan na naman guys. Di ba? Na tila ba ayaw siyang tantanan. So, ang highlight dito rin kasi guys, itong si Yan Ibay ay dapat magdodoktor to. Kasi 'di ba kung nakita niyo sa mga picture niya, nag-graduate na siya sa De La Salle. At ngayon, imbes na daw magdoktor siya, maglolo na lang siya o lawyer. 'Di ba guys? Parang tamang-tama takmang akma sa kanya yung lawyer kasi nga marunong yung batang to. Magaling. 'Di ba? At nakita niya na maraming butas ang batas na kung minsan ay tama na yun namang gumawa ng batas so nag-implement nito kagaya nga ng Team Lacuna talagang pinag-iinitan siya o parang hinaharas na rin siya. At dito rin guys, itong si JTB, alam naman natin, to the rescue rin siya. Di ba? Para siyempre supportahan si Yan Ibay na tama ang kanyang pinaglalaban. So alright guys, kaya tayo tuloy-tuloy natin pagsuporta kay Yorme. Like, share, and subscribe po. Huwag kalimutan mag-comment. So, narito na po guys. Bibigay ko na sa inyo ang video ni Yan at ang to the rescue nitong si JTB Villanueva. Alright guys? Pilipinas, Manila, God bless. Thank you po.
Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
Your Honor, may I seek recognition for Honorable Juliana Ray Yan Ibay for her privileged speech.
Kinikilala ng hapag ang kagalang-galang kung siya Yan Ibay.
Maraming salamat po, Your Honor. I stand before this esteemed chamber today both as a member and as an elected local official to address a matter that I sincerely hope and pray will never happen to any of you in the future. I am referring to the obiter dictum made by our city legal officer regarding partisan political activities, which appears to be aimed specifically at me as an elected barangay official. The fact that I was singled out in this way has caused me great concern, instilling a sense of fear and raising serious worries about political harassment and the potential infringement on my political rights. Allow me to share a brief background on the matter. On September 20, 2024, I received an anonymous complaint letter coursed through the hotline 8888, endorsed by our city legal officer, directing the undersigned to respond within 72 hours from receipt. The response was submitted within the prescribed period. Among the hypothetical responses provided, assuming for the sake of argument, but without admitting anything, was the concern regarding a perceived violation of the political neutrality clause for elected Sangguniang Kabataan or SK officials. allegedly under Republic Act 7160 and/or Republic Act 10742, I quote, "The allegations regarding the violation of political neutrality of the Sangguniang Kabataan nowhere in Republic Act 7160 or Republic Act 10742 does it mention any provision about it. Nonetheless, no political faction exists within the Sangguniang Kabataan Federation of Manila. Both the SK Federation and the office of the undersigned are continuously extending services to the youth of Manila in general and to SK officials specifically, regardless of any perceived biases as stated in the complaint." This portion of my reply led to another letter, this time from the city legal officer herself, dated October 28, 2024, which highlighted the first and last paragraphs, to wit, "We reply to your above-mentioned letter which states, the allegations about the violation of political neutrality of the Sangguniang Kabataan nowhere in Republic Act 7160 or Republic Act 10742 does it mention any provision about it." The city legal officer said, "It would be wise for you to be aware that this statement may be construed as an implied admission that you are involved in partisan politics. Therefore, we request that you do not place this office in a position where it will be compelled to exercise its mandate in light of the complaints and evidence that have been filed against you." In my response letter, particularly regarding the first paragraph, I clarified that the statement was merely based on the complaint. I assumed, for argument's sake, without admitting any violation, that certain activities might be considered as partisan politics, which, according to the city legal officer's letter, are not allowed for all barangay officials, as stated in Section 14 of the Joint COMELEC-CSC Advisory on Electioneering and Partisan Political Activity dated March 29, 2016. If such violations are committed, it would necessitate the city legal office to exercise its mandate. Consequently, all barangay officials who have participated or continue to participate in partisan politics, particularly during the filing of certificates of candidacy and other political activities, should also receive a letter from the city legal officer dissuading them from engaging in any political activities. In the absence of such a letter to all barangay officials in Manila, this could be construed as a form of curtailment of my constitutional rights and a case of political harassment. Citing the legal maxim, expressio unius est exclusio alterius, what the law does not include, it excludes. The existing prohibition on partisan political activities applies only to appointed and career government servants, as well as to military, police, and other paramilitary units, and does not apply to elected officials without any distinction between national and local officials. As stated in the following, the first being that of the 1987 Philippine Constitution, Section 2, Article 9B of the 1987 Constitution, and the implementing statutes apply only to civil servants holding apolitical offices. Stated differently, the constitutional ban does not cover elected officials. BP 881, the Omnibus Election Code, Section 261, Prohibited Acts. The following shall be guilty of an election offense. 1. Intervention of public officers and employees. Any officer or employee in the civil service except those holding political offices. Any officer, employee, or member of the Armed Forces of the Philippines or any police force, special forces, home defense forces, barangay self-defense units, and all other paramilitary units that now exist or which may hereafter be organized who, directly or indirectly, intervenes in any election campaign or engages in any partisan political activity except to vote or preserve public order if he is a peace officer. Last is the Republic Act number 7160, the Local Government Code of 1991, Section 93. Partisan political activity. No local official or employee in the career service shall engage directly or indirectly in any partisan political activity or take part in any election, initiative, referendum, plebiscite, or recall except to vote, nor shall he use his official authority or influence to cause the performance of any political activity by any person or body. He may, however, express his views on current issues or mention the names of certain candidates for public office whom he supports. Elective local officials may take part in partisan political and electoral activities, but it shall be unlawful for them to solicit contributions from their subordinates or subject these subordinates to any of the prohibited acts under the Omnibus Election Code. Assuming that Section 14 of the Joint COMELEC CSC Advisory on Electioneering and Partisan Political Activity dated March 29, 2016, as cited in the City Legal Officer's letter, is legally binding, though it contradicts both statutes and the Philippine Constitution. This provision of the Joint Advisory was already overturned or overruled during the COMELEC's deliberation, as stated under Minute Resolution number 22-0198 entitled "In the matter of the need for clarification of COMELEC CSC Joint Circular number 001 series of 2016 dated March 2, 2022, the Commission and Bank resolved, among other things, to recommend that the elective barangay officials be exempt from the prohibition under 261 of the Omnibus Election Code. The pertinent provisions read, after due deliberation and considering the foregoing, the Commission resolved, as it hereby resolves, to approve the recommendation of the Law Department that elective barangay officials be accepted from the prohibition under 261 of the Omnibus Election Code without prejudice to the power of the supervision of the Department of Interior and Local Government over elective officials and to any administrative liability elective officials may incur under law other than Section 261 of the Omnibus Election Code. In conclusion, the last paragraph of the City Legal Officer's letter, cautioning the undersigned not to put their office in a position that would compel them to exercise their mandate, to my mind constitutes a form of political harassment. Once again, I hope and pray no other local elected official, whether a city or barangay official, will ever be subjected to such actions. And if so, send out a letter to the 14,336 elected barangay and XK officials in the City of Manila, the 27,360 elected barangay and SK officials in Metro Manila, and the 672,720 elected barangay and SK officials in the Philippines. Thank you very much, po, Your Honor.
Thank you. Majority Floor Leader.
Yes, Councilor JTB Villanueva is recognized.
Maraming po salamat, Ginoong Tagapangulo. Gusto ko sanang magsalita rin ng straight English, Ginoong Tagapangulo. Kaya lang may nag-text. Konsihal, nanonood po kami ngayon. Baka pwede mong Tagalogin para mas maintindihan namin. Nandito po kami ngayon sa loob ng Barangay Hall. Kaya ho, para pagbigyan po yung kaibigan nating nag-text at para maunawaan lalo ng mga nakikinig at nanonood ngayon. Unang-una ho, ako'y pumapalakpak, bagamat huli sa tinura ng ating SK Federation President sa kanyang malinaw, matapang na pagpapahayag ng kasagutan sa kanyang natanggap na sulat mula sa City Legal. Yung unya pong unang binitiwan, yung inyong unang binitiwang sentence na sana ay hindi ito maulit sa mga susunod pang henerasyon at papalit sa atin sa loob ng konsehong ito. Maraming salamat doon. Upang maunawaan po siguro ng mas karamihan ngayon, ang nagaganap at tinura ng ating SK Federation President, Ginoong Tagapangulo, nakatanggap po siya ng sulat mula sa City Legal Department at siya'y pinagpapaliwanag kung bakit hindi siya dapat mabigyan ng penalty, sanction, disciplinary action o kaso sa hinaharap dahil sa umanong may anonymous na sulat na natanggap ang nasabing departamento. Ayon umano sa anonymous sulat na ito, inirereklamo ang ating SK Federation President, ang pinakabatang miyembro ng ating konseho, na siya raw ay nai-involve sa partisan political activities, taliwas sa isinasaad ng Omnibus Election Code at iba pang mga regulasyon ng ating bansa. Tama ang sagot na ginawa ng ating SK Federation President. Narinig ko sa kanyang sagot na in order for an anonymous complaint to be valid, dapat it must be supported by any evidence. Otherwise, kapag walang nakalagay na ebidensya sa anumang sulat na reklamo, ito'y maituturing na hearsay. Binasa ko po yung sinasabing anonymous. Wala naman pong ebidensyang naka-attach. Kung hindi, parang isang scripted na sulat para akusahan ang ating kasamahan dito. Dapat, nung dumating po sana sa City Legal yon, total puro abogado doon pa lang nakita nila, wala namang attachment ng evidence, dapat hindi na nila tinanggap o hindi na nila sinulatan ng ating SK Federation President. Hindi rin naging maganda pagkatapos sumagot ng mahusay at tama ng ating kasamahan dito sa konsehong ito, nakita ko yung reply na dito po ako nag-react. At kung babasahin ko po, sabi po sa kanya, ng sagot ng Legal Department dated October 28, 2024, subject, reply to letter dated September 26. We reply, and if I may read, Your Honor, we reply to your above-mentioned letter that states the allegations above the violation of political neutrality of Sangguniang Kabataan nowhere in Republic Act 7160 or Republic Act 1072 mentions any provisions about it. Tama. At ang tinura ng ating kasamahan, tama yung wala namang inilalagay. Pero ito po ang parang sa akin, pananaw, ay mauuwi sa political harassment. It would be wise for you, SK, Ibay, to be aware that this statement of yours may be construed as an implied admission that you are involved in political politics. Binanggit lang po ng kasamahan natin, wala namang binabanggit sa Local Government Code at sa Republic Act 10742. Binanggit niya lang na wala. Biruin mo, sabihan siyang it may be construed as an admission, implied admission, na ikaw nga ay involved sa partisan politics. Parang mali. Biruin mo, pinasagot ka, sumagot ka, wala ka namang sinasabi, biglang ang sagot sa'yo, o di inaamin mo na involved ka nga. Sige na, wag na po tayo doon. Ang sinight na kaso na ipinagbabawal ang mga barangay officials, including all elected officials, to engage in any partisan political activities. Ang sinight na kaso doon ay meron pong date na 2016. Ibig sabihin, itong jurisprudence ito, dapat namang ipaalala kung meron silang sinusulatan. Pero malinaw din po ngayon sa sagot ng ating SK Federation President at talagang magaling, talagang matalino, talagang mahusay mag-research ito. Biruin ninyo, noong March 2022, kung ang binabanggit na kaso ay mayroong petsang 2016, at ang binanggit ng ating kasamahan ay may date na March 2022, which is the latest, na isinumite ng Law Department ng COMELEC ang kanilang rekomendasyon ng lahat ng barangay official at any other elected officials na mag-engage sa partisan political activities ay magkakaroon ng kaakibat na kaparusahan. Sabi ng Law Department, pwede ho ba mga commissioners ng COMELEC i-exempt natin ang mga barangay officials and other elected officials dito sa provision na ito? At malinaw nga na binasa, at uulitin ko po. Sabi ng COMELEC, after due deliberation and considering the foregoing, the Commission resolved, as it hereby resolves, to approve the recommendation of the Law Department that elective barangay officials be exempted from the prohibition under Section 261, Paragraph I of the Omnibus Election Code. Ibig sabihin, niresolba na ng Commission on Election yung batayan na ginagamit ngayon sa ating kasamahan dito sa kasamahan natin sa konseho na sinasabi na siya ay merong possibility na nag-violate dito sa provision na ito. Baka nagkukulang ng pagsasaliksik ang nasa loob ng ating city legal at nalalagay sa kahihiyan hindi lamang yung kasamaan natin dito, pati ang tanggapan natin. And I will end this statement of mine, Your Honor. Lubayan na natin si SK Yanyan. Mag-concentrate na tayo sa mga trabaho natin. Tama na yung hagupit na naranasan ito ng mga nagdaang buwan. Naniniwala ang karamihan sa atin dito, marahil yung mga nakikinig at nanonood dito sa atin, na wala pong binabiolate ang ating SK Federation President. Tama ang mga tinura niya at sana pagkatapos nito ay lubayan na si SK Federation Yanyan Ibay sapagkat ginagawa niya ng tama ang kanyang trabaho bilang SK Federation President at patuloy niya itong gagawin. Huwag na natin siyang idamay sa nangyayaring tika dito sa loob ng lungsod. Maraming po salamat.
Councilor Tol Sarcal is recognized.